Today is our day 2 class and the topic 6 Linux file system and some basic commands to become a DevOps engineer. Before we start the video, just a quick reminder, if you haven't subscribed the channel, subscribe the channel, because after completing the DevOps course, I will also create cloud and DevOps related video that will help your professional career. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe the channel. So what is Linux file system? I put a documentation here. So the Linux file system is hierarchical sharing, starting with the root directory, everything in Linux file folder device starting from root sign slash. It's like C drive in Windows but more structured way. So like if I go to the control panel, so this is WSL. I am using Linux in Windows PC and it support Windows 10 and 11. WSL is working as like Windows Linux PC. So if you type LL, then type slash is the root directory. So it will show everything in your directory structure way. So this file structure is shown in the picture. So bin is the folder where all Linux command is located there. So you can see the bin is there. So all command we are using in Linux, those command are available here. So if you add more command, customize command, then we need to add that command in bin directory. So make sure your which command you are using, those command are available in the bin directory. Then boot is the boot section, like when the device will be booting, that thing will be located there. And etc is the one of the most important. All system related file will be there. So you can see the etc there. So one is a home. So when you're creating a user, that user will create a folder. That folder will be located in the home directory. So if you go to the home directory and if you type ll slash then home, then you can see there is some users available. Those folder is there. So here is Rajiv user. So every work of Rajiv will be located in that Rajiv folder. Then lib is library folder. OPT root is system most powerful user. So root have all privilege to do the thing. So root related work will be stored here. And temp is temporary folder. All temporary file will be stored in here. So variable related file will be located in the variable file. So these are the command file, and I put a description here. So bin is essential for binary commands. So all command will be here. So home is the one important one. So user directory will be there. When user create a directory, when we create a user, that user system will create a directory for that user, and that directory will be located in the home directory. And this is the system configuration file, and var is the variable file where log, mail, tail, all will be located in the var. And root is the root user home directory, and temp is temporary file. These are the most important directory in the Linux system. So now we'll discuss some basic commands. So pwd is the where you located your present working directory. So pwd, if you type, it will show your present directory. So I am in home Rajiv folder. It is my user home directory. So if you type ll, if you type tilde, it will also show everything in that home directory. So tilde is the home. So if you type ls, then it will show everything in the file. All file will be showing here, but you don't see anything in the hidden file. So if you type ls minus l, then it will show the structure way. Then you can it's a directory, then you can see it's a D, then read write permission, then who is the owner of this file, which group is the owner of this file, file creation date, everything will be show when you type ls minus l. And if you want to see the hidden file, then you need to type ls minus l add a, then it will show every hidden file. Also in a Linux system which has a dot at the beginning of the file name, that is the hidden file. So these dot are hidden file, all are hidden file. So now if you want to see or get in the any folder, you need to type as Windows command line cd. You can get in the so if you type cd then etc, then you are in the etc folder. So everything is now showing the etc folder. And if you want to type cd then tilde sign, you will go to the home directory. Let me show something. Like if you type pd, you can see it now it's td etc folder. So now if you type cd then tilde, now type pd, then you are in the user home directory. And if you want to see who is the user, to type who am I, then it will show the user is logged in the current session. That username will be showing here. So now if you type to make a directory, so for make a directory we need to type mkdir and give a name like dev222. So cd, then you can, if type tab, then it will complete the command. So if you type 2, then it will complete the rest of things. So cd, now we are in the dev222 folder, so that way you can create a folder. And if you type type touch, then it will create a empty file. Like if you type touch touch, then give a name like abc, so it will create a file name abc, but it's empty. So cat is the command to see anything of that file. You can see nothing is there. So if you type anything with that file, you can type this way, like Dhaka, then you can get it, then abc, let me try a1.txt, then it will create a file name with a1.txt, and that content is Dhaka. So let me open cat a1, you can see Dhaka is there. So these way we can like add some something in that file. So if you want to append anything with that file, you can use Dhaka like 1 2, then you type another bracket, then cat a1, you can see that thing is added. Okay, these you can append anything. This touch is there. Now for removing file name, you need to rm that file name to delete the file. So if you type ll, you will see the file. So rm abc, it will delete that file. Now you can see there is no file name with abc. So now let me create a folder mkdir123, and this is directory, and you can see directory color is different, and it has a sign with slash. So any directory have the slash. So if you found anything in slash, and in the structure way, you can also see a d in the beginning of that row. Okay, and the user and the group. Okay. And now let me remove the folder. So for removing or deleting the folder or directory, into rm -fr, then name of that directory. So if you type tab, it will complete. So now type ll, you can see that 1 2 3 folder is not available now. So these are the most of the basic commands. So now we need to type to see anything file. We can see already cat, then etc os release version. So cat etc os, it will show the release version of any operating system. So in my case, it's Ubuntu, version is 2204, codename JNB, that related thing will be here. So if you want to see long file, so less, then you can see like a var system file is the more long file. So var log, then syslog, it will say lots of files. So now you can see all file there this way. So from exit from this, just type q, then you can exit from that window. Now for editing any file, so like we see the a1.txt that way. So now if you want to edit that file, there is two common editor is using. One is nano and one is vi. I prefer to vi. So vi, then file name, then you need to type I, then you can anything edit like 111 or 222 as like a notepad. So now for saving, escape, then it will exit from interactive mode, then WQ is for save and quit. Now if you type cat A1, you can see which we added there. So these are the most common and important commands of Linux. Now creating a user, we need to type sudo add user, then give a name, sudo password, then you can put a password. So let me create a user for you. So, and sudo is the super user power. So any user have sudo, they can have super power, they can kind of root power, they can do almost anything. So sudo add user, then type D123. So now it will ask for the password. So 1234, 1234. Then just put enter. Is information is correct? Yes. Now we can see the user is created for using LL home. You can see D123 is created. D123. So if you want to change the password, same way sudo password Dhaka, you can edit the password also. So sudo paw passwd, then user is D123. Then you can edit the password. I mistake leave to the P, so sudo. So 1234, 1234. So that's why you can edit your password also. For switch user, like if you want to do super user VLS, then you need to switch SU, or if you want to switch the user like D123, like we are in PWT, or if you type ID, it will show the username. This is the user Rajib. So if you want to switch that user, so SU D123. So it will ask the password. You type password, and you can see now you are in the D123 user, and it's showing in the before D123. Before it was showing my username Rajib. For exit from that user, you can type exit, and you will get back to the previous one. So same way, if you have like update anything like sudo apt update, it will update the system. So you need to have the power of sudo. So I will show later how to add to user to sudo preview. So if you type sudo apt update, you can go to sudo like update the system. So like one thing, like if you type here, this is the root directory. So if you type LL, you can see there is a most powerful user which is root, but you are not able to get login root. So some like if you type cd then slash root, then permission denied. So if you type sudo, still it not able to log in. Sorry, space. So you are not able to log in. So for login, you need to go to the sudo su. Then you can see we are logged in as root. Now if you type cd, you can get login. You can see everything in the root directory. Okay, so let's get back to previous one. So we are in previous user mode. Now go to the documentation again. Now we are seeing the like most important thing, which is like file permission and owner. So like we can see when we create a file, like the test, by default this user have like this is user and this is Ubuntu. So if I want to see the user ID and group ID, you need to put the ID, and the user is already logged in Ubuntu, so it will show the Ubuntu. And if you want to see the Ubuntu user, you can also add the Ubuntu. Then here is showing is ID is 1000, which is showing UID is Ubuntu, and group ID is also Ubuntu, and the groups are Ubuntu, ADM. Some already is added like when you create the account. And this is like sudo user. Sudo is like something like root user power. So anything like system like need to do anything which need like root privilege, then we will use sudo. So that's why is Ubuntu user also added in the sudo group. So this user also will work like as a like root user when you use sudo. Okay, so now like another thing is like a file permission. File permission means who can access this file, okay, and who don't access this file. So like here is showing like read write x. That means this user only. This is like this three dot is first three dot is so not this one is for directory. I create a like image is bottom. You can see this. So first dot is directory. If it's directory, then it should be D. Like here, it's a directory. Then because it's showing D, so we can understand the color and the D sign, then we can understand it's a directory. So first dash is for file type, it's a directory or it's a file. Then 3 dash is showing is read, write, execute. So read means anyone can read that file, W means anyone can execute or edit that file, and then X means execute. It's like Windows exe file, so anyone can execute. So these 3 dot is read, write and execute for the owner or who create the file. Then these 3 dot is for the group. So anyone in this group, they can do the thing like what is declared there, like read or write. Then last 3 dash is for other. Except user and group, all the other things are like other. So now this file user can edit and users group can also edit. So this is Ubuntu user and Ubuntu group. So anyone have added in Ubuntu group, they can also edit this file. Okay, so now if I want to edit this permission, we have the easiest way is like this is R for read, W for write, X for execute, dash for no. So like if I want to delete the write option for group, then we just sometimes if we it needs sudo power, so if we put sudo, then ch mode, then for we want to change the permission for group. Okay, so for G, then if I want to like remove the permission, then minus W, then the file name dd.txt, in LLC, the W is gone from the group section. Now if we want to add again group, then I just need to change minus instead of plus. So I put LL, and you can see LL. So we can like that group is also edit the file. So W is there. So now just create a like user, then you can understand like exact like permission, file permission, what is the impact. So let me create a user. So for create a user, we need to put sudo user add, or we can use add user. Okay, so if we use user add, then like there will be no home directory will be created in the home folder. And if we use add user, then it will be create a home directory. So DevOps. So now I put the password, we type the password, same password. So we can just put enter. We don't want to put anything. So yes. So now the user DevOps is created. So if we want to make sure, we can see LL, then home, you can see there is a folder created DevOps. So sometimes if you don't want this home directory, then you can use user add instead of add user. But most of the time you will prefer to use add user to adding a user. Okay, so like now log into that user and make sure is that user can access this file or not. So for logging any user, we need to use su dash then the username. So DevOps. Then it will ask for that user password. So 1 2 3 4. So we are getting this file. If you put pwd, we can see we are in home DevOps user. So there is problem, like no one can access any other user home directory. So we have created that file in the home directory of the Ubuntu user dd. You can see pwd, this is home Ubuntu. So every user home directory is isolated for that user, no one can access that file. So better we can create another file in the temp folder. So in temp folder any user can access. So let me create, so echo, so we put dhaka / temp / let's put dhaka. So we need to put sometimes it's asking for sudo. So I think that file is already created by other user. Let me check. So ll temp, we can see that that file is already there and it is different user thaka. That's why that user have no access to same file. So let me create a different file name. So echo test and 10. Sorry, 10. Didn't go there. Now you can see there is a file test.txt and the user is Ubuntu and group is Ubuntu. Go to cat 10 test. You can see the message is test there. So if I want to access from the test user, I will not be able to access the content because it's only read for other. Okay, I can read but I don't have access for write. So let me get that file. So cat, just put vi, then you can see the read only message. Then test. We can see the content of the file and this is read only. So this user have no access to edit that file. If this user want to try, it will give the error and basically it will not be able to access. So you need to put like q or wq. So q is sign for doing anything without save. So like if I want to edit that user, we can do two way. If we give the permission, if we change the permission, or if we give the ownership of the file. So there is two way we can give the access to that user. Like me. Okay, so we are in temp. So our file is test. Okay, so like if we want to give the user for ch mode, then just sudo ch mode for other w plus write permission temp test. So we are in the this folder user. That's why you're not able to do this. We need to go that folder. So sudo ch mode other plus w then temp test. So now temp, you can see this other have write permission now. So now if I temp test, you can see there is no message read only. So if I want to edit that file, I need to press I, then 1 2 3 4, then escape semicolon w2. Like sometimes is anything like change that user have some impact for, you need to log in and log out. And if you go to 4 steps uploadable, get temp test. Okay, check again. Back permission. Oh, that user, I think I don't have sudo permission. That's why it's not able to access the temp folder. Let me check again. Sudo. This user have sudo part. That's why we didn't keep the sudo user. So vi temp test 1 2 3. So basically this user don't have the like sudo privilege, that's why it's not able to access that file also. So better we change the ownership of the file. Okay, so let me change the ownership of that file. So now is Ubuntu. So if I change the ownership, sudo chown is the command. I put DevOps, this is for user, and DevOps, this is for the group. So I'm giving the DevOps user the DevOps group. That file temp dot test. Now if I see temp test, you can see it's changed. Before it was Ubuntu user and Ubuntu group, and now it's a DevOps user and DevOps group. So now if I want to edit that file, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you can see you can edit that file. Okay. So you can now understand we can change the ownership and like file permission. Okay, so like we already see like change the permission by text. So like we put ch mode plus u. Now we are like this way is numeric, and it's like 755. For before, like we understand how this numeric is work, we need to check the right chart here. So you can see like if we put 7, then read write x, and if we put 5, then read write, and if we 5 again is for read write, and this like 7 for user, this for 5 for group, and this 5 for other, and this is the chart. So if we put 1, this is executable. If we put 2, then it's write. If we put 3, then it's read write. If we put 4, then it's read, and if we put 5, then read and x. Like let me explain like how this work. So this is like it's come extra. So like this is come this way, like this is for user, and this is for group, and this is for other. Okay, so like we see we put 7, that means user can access everything. 5, group can read and write, and these 5. Okay, how this is coming? So like if we put 2 to the power 0 is showing 1, then 2 to the power 1 equal to 2, and 2 to the power 2 equal to 4. So like if anyone to do everything, like 7 is the maximum, 1 is the minimum. So 4 plus 2 is 6, then plus 1 is 7. So if anyone have 7, they can do anything, read, write, execute. So if we want to just give only read access, then you just put 2 to the power 4. So this is for read, this is for write, and this is for execute. So like if you want to give the user only read and write, then we have to put 4 and 2. So instead of put 7, we need to put 6 here, then 5 and 5 are 7. So if like if we want to change to this user have 5 means 4 plus 1. So this user can read and execute. If you want to change this execute to write, then just put 4 and plus 2 is 6. If we put 6, then this user can read and write. That was only. Okay, so this numeric way we can also do the permission, but this is like less easier than the numeric one. So numeric word is read, write, execute. This one is easier. Okay, so which one you prefer, you can do, and you have to memorize this chart. If you don't memorize, then you can like find out what I say. 2 to the power 0 is like 0, then 2 to the power 1 is 1, and 2 to the power 2 is 4. So first one is 2 to the power 4 is read, and 2 to the power 2 means 1 is write, and 2 to the power 0 is execute. So which one you prefer, you can go that way. Okay, so we already check this like group and ownership. So if we want to delete any user, you just want to use user del and the username. And if you want to delete the user home directory also, you just add -r. So you already see which way you can like add a user in a group. So like this is a different command. Like if we want to add that user in any group like sudo group, then we can use that command, user mode -a capital G. That's the group name, and this is the username. Let me check this one. So we are in this file. So this is Ubuntu. So like if I want to put sudo user mode -a g, then let me open this one. So ID DevOps. So now this user is only this group. Okay, so if we want to add this user in the Ubuntu group, then like which group we want to add, so that group should be named here. So Ubuntu, and which user want to add. So now if we want to see ID, you can see the Ubuntu user is there. Okay, so now this user is added in the Ubuntu group. Now he can do anything in the group section of that user. So like I want to add another sudo command. Like if this user try to sudo apt update. So if I put 1 2 3 4, you can see this user don't access to sudo privilege. That's why this user is not able to update the package. So now if I want to same command, if I add the user into sudo group, now this user can do the thing. But sometimes when you add the user right away, that user have no access to do that. For that purpose, we need to exit and again log in. So this is the first time I think this will not be working. Let me check. Sudo apt update 1 2 3 4. You can see we didn't impact on that changes. So if we want to do that, we can like use any another command right away. That we can edit like new grp. If you use, then we can right away access that command. But I think this is sudo privilege, that command is not working also. So let me exit and again log in. So now sudo apt update, asking for password. Now it should be updated. You can see is updated the list. So one thing is like when we update any sudo apt update, that will update the package list. Like every have a package list, this package list will be updated. It will not update the package or software. In Windows we are calling software, in Linux we are calling package. So here is 37 packages can be updated by run upgradable sudo apt update. So if we use sudo apt upgrade, then it will upgrade all 37 packages. So sudo apt is the update the package list only, and upgrade will be the updated those all packages that are included in the list. Okay, so you can see, so this command is here. So like new grp, so either log in and log out, we can use that command also. But when you're using the as a fast sudo privilege, that command should not work. So for that we need to exit and log out. So we can see anything like for update the package, we are asking for the password. Okay, so we want to remove that option, then we can edit this file and add that line. Then this will user not asking for the password. Let me try that one. And for that one, we are in the Ubuntu user. So this is like a very important file. That's why we need to switch to root user. So sudo su, it will switch to root user. Otherwise, this command will not working. So then vi, and one thing this is a very important file. You want to see cat etc. So we can say this is the important configuration file. So if we add any user in that file, that user don't ask for the password. But this is very important file. That's why before we do any change, we need to take a backup of that file. For taking a backup of that file, we are just using cp is for copy. In what file you want to copy? etc sudo ers. Where you want to copy or which name should be put? So back sudo ers. You can see this file is copied here, but this user is root. That's why here is root user, root code. Okay, so now let me edit that file. So vi sudo etc sudo sudo urs. So for editing, we need to put I. Then our user is DevOps. Then we need to put all. Then equal to all. Then no. Pause wd flow. Make sure space and capitalization should be maintained. And this is very sensitive file, so everything should be perfect. Otherwise, this file will be corrupted and this OS will not be working. Okay, so no pass wd. Now for saving wq. Now this user is not asking for password. So sometimes we need this any user to give the privilege to do anything without password. Most of the we need when I running a CI/CD pipeline, so that user need to more powerful work to do. So then we need to put these options. So what command or steps we need to do in the DevOps section? We are trying to showing those command only. Okay. So if any new thing will come in when we are seeing project, that command I will explain that time also. So in summary, we see the ls for view the file. chmod is the permission section. chown the ownership of the change of the file. So here I create a more practical session for permission ensure security and control. Who can access, modify or execute file your system. Who share for DevOps system admins. This is the example. Let's create a new user DevOps user. Give them a project folder and make sure only they can access it. That means only those group people can access that file. Other people are not able to access that one. So this is a common task for DevOps when setting up the team. Okay, so that's the way we create a user. So we already know add user for create the user. So sudo add user, DevOps user. Then we put create a directory, make directory, opt, then project. Then we change the ownership. So chown, put the DevOps user owner group of the opt/project. So if we want to put the DevOps user and group, then we can put the user also here. Then sudo chmod 7, then project opt project folder, and 7 means we already know user, read, write, execute, and 7 is the maximum level. And for group and other, have no access of that folder. Okay. So when you do some practical, you can clear those cancel. So add user is if you want to change the password, we can use sudo, then pass wd and the username, then you can change that user password. So we already check this one. So task, we already create a file. Chmod here we put 6, so read for 4 and write for 2. So this user have read access, and other group for 4, that means only read, and other have no access. In ch1, this one I create user Rajiv and DevOps group, that file. So user Rajiv have access this file, and DevOps group also have access that file. Okay, then sudo vi sudo we edit the file. This password section already see. So if we want to switch to any user, so we need to put su, then dash, then that username, then we can switch to that user after typing the password. And one command is df minus h, like its file structure you can see. So if we put df minus h, we can see the file system and file structure. So like its dev root is 6.8 GB, used is 2.2, available is 4.6, and 33% is the root section for this the slash. So if I want to what type of file system is, then we need to put t, then you can see this is ext4 file system. So sometimes when you do some like file system, then we need to know what file system is. It would be like EFS or ext4 or any other kind of file. So when I do some like storage related issue, then we need to use this command. So this is the basic of the Linux to know as a DevOps engineer. So next video we will talk about networking concepts to become a DevOps engineer. So I hope this video will helpful for you. So if you think this video is helpful for you, subscribe the channel and like the video.